to my channel. My name is Bridget Nkosi and this is my first video, and I would just like to give you an introduction to what this channel is all about. So on this channel mainly about things that we avoid but then in our society every day. Those are the things that we're going to be talking about on this channel. So we're going to be doing my seasons. In our first season, we're going to talk about single mothers. We see single mothers every day, and we can't deny the fact that there is a certain way that we see single mothers and they are judged by almost everybody. But do we really know what they're going through? Do we really know what their life is all about? Of course not. So on this channel, how is it like to be on the other side of things? For example, I've seen people saying, I don't want to see you I don't want to see you young around Ningi, even if are of the same age, because I can't meet this one, those things. But do we know story again? Do we know how she ended up a single mother? And most of the times we may say, but did we hear it from her? Do we really know what is happening inside of her? Do we really know how hard it is for her? So those are the things that we want to talk about. In families, there are also certain things that happens. You can see a different treatment. Piwa kune mwana skana ari mumba ni mwana mskana akazoka, even though ashushikarira kwake, there's a difference. So those are the things that, there are a lot of issues surrounding being a single mother in our society. And we've gathered a few number of mothers who are willing to share the story, who are willing to let us know what it is like to be on the other side of this. Okay, so this is just one of the things that we're going to be talking about, but we're going to talk about a lot of things that happens in our society, as I said earlier. One of the things that I've seen happening that people don't really talk about is the issue sibling rivalry. This thing happens in most families. I mean, vana vanyamunhu chaivo kutonetsana, vana vanyamunhu kutadza kutauzana, vana vanyamunhu kuti vakaita vana vava vatoonane. Those things happening in our society, but we don't talk about those things, and yet zviri kuaffect who we are sevan matema. So we want to talk about those things, and I would love if there are people banning my stories out that they'll love to share with us. I'll put my number on the screen, and then you guys will send a message, and then we'll talk about, or if you have something to say about those things, you can also send us a message, and then we'll figure out a way to have your views on the show. There are a lot of things that happens that we need to talk about. So it's not like I mean, there are people who are being abused in my families, but we don't talk about it. We just ignore like those things are not happening. But those things are eating up our society. And some people, we don't even know these things can actually happen, and yet those things are probably happening in your family. That's a strong word. But mwana wako anogona kuabuswa ni munhu wakagara naye, ni munhu waunotrust. So we want to talk about those things. We want to talk about communication between parents and children, because kana mwana achisvika pakubinywa and then nobody knows about it until akura mazomunzo akutaura kuti I suffered abuse, and some people never ever open up, and then you wonder wona kuti akangoti kwindi akasungikana. Those are the things they went through, certain things zvisina kumbobvira zvakambotaurwa nazvo, zvisina kumbobvira zvakagadziriswa. So we want to talk about those things. Vabereki taurai nesu, inzwai kuti uri sei, those things. Also want to talk about marriages, you know, my marriages, so good people just, you know, overlook the things like emotional cheating. It happens a lot of times, and I know that people who don't even know kuti such thing exists. Emotional cheating. We're going to be talking about all of those things. We're also going to be talking about one of the things that I've seen happening in a lot of families, like a lot. Kutoona kuti apa mumba mune rusaruro ningi anodiwa kudarika ningi anodiwa kudarika ningi. So those are the issues that we're going to, you know, be talking about. As a parent, what do you do? Yeah, sometimes you don't even know that's what you're doing to your children. So what would you do in that case? To ensure that as we are in this society, we can't have a perfect society, but we ought to try. And this video might not reach everybody, but the few people that are going to receive this this video, I want them to have an eye opener. So let's not forget to subscribe and like, so that, and also share, so that everybody, like everyone you know and someone you think might get help from these videos. There are a lot of issues. If you have something that you want us to talk about, this is the place to talk about those things. We want to talk about one of my favorite things that we are going to talk about is dating after divorce, is dating as a single parent. There are certain things that I've seen that people, like when you're dating and you have a child, a lot of people often forget you're not just dating for yourself anymore. Of course, the relationship is yours, but when you marry this person, you're not just marrying that person for yourself. That person is going to become a huge part of your child and a huge part of your child's future. So you need to consider, you know, all of those things. But how do we do it? You know, some people won't even say, you know, I have a child. Some people do. But what are the terms? If you're going to date me, what are the terms? You know, they don't even look at, do you like Ivana? Okay, how do you act when you're around my child? And then some people, but once they forget about it. So we want to talk about all of those things. I mean, there's so many things that we're going to talk about, and we'll unfold them as time goes on. So I want you guys to subscribe and share the video as we prepare for our first episode, which is going to come, our first episode. So once we prepare for our first episode, which is going to come next week, which we have invited my single mothers. Some of them are going to call, some of them are going to send messages, some of them are going to be here, and we're going to be talking to them. If you have questions, then you can ask in the comment section. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope to see you next time on the next video.